Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 5th episode of Jashin-chan Dropkick. So, the last episode, what happened? I don't honestly remember. I do think that was the episode where we finally got the police officer that was very passionate about Jashin-chan. And there's I think she stole something from a kid, and there was some misunderstandings about that, and the police officer kind of abused her power in order to get closer to Jashin-chan. And Yurina just debating with herself whether or not she wants to keep Jashin-chan or just let the police officer have her. And decided in the end she does care about her enough to keep her. That's really all I remember. So let's get into the next episode. 3, 2, 1, play. Out shopping together. Nice. Uh, of course. Oh wow, she's on a poster. Oh my god. Wow. That's the next level fourth wall breaking. Yeah, let's do that. I don't know. Yes. Bit slow on the uptake there, Jashin-chan, not that I'm surprised. That was really silly. What if one day I'll be walking on the street and realize that I'm in an anime series? We can only hope, right? I mean, I'm sort of in a show, right? You know, Senrai Kai reacts to anime. If that counts as a show. It's still nothing compared to being an anime. That's the true life goal realization there. But it's, you know, it's something. Maybe one day. Gonna give her a wake up kiss? I mean, wake up punch. It is smart to go for the side with the eye patch, you know, our blind side. But it wasn't enough. Yeah, you know you like it when your waifu pounds you like that while others watch. She healed from that very quickly. Kitchen Jiro, so this is Jiro. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Having her favorite. Like an old married couple that go to the same place, order the same thing. Like an indirect kiss, sort of. I can get behind that. It's called My Food for a reason. I mean, your food's not even that different. It is basically a date, like, no matter how you look at this. Oh, well, that was a change of heart. I know, right? She totally did. I guess that shows how much she loves you. Gotta get more food. Eat it, I would assume. Oh, we're gonna give it to, what's her face? Dakota, possibly. That look on her face. Yeah, you're nowhere near as cute as Piccola. Nice poster. Uh, and then she finds, Anzu. I couldn't remember her name. Well, we're here to give you food, so that should help. And we know who the real angel here is. Hopefully Jashin-chan doesn't do anything to ruin this. I know she's thinking about it. If you're starving, you can't be picky. The phrase is, beggars can't be choosers. Yeah, just because she has an eye patch and a silly tiny hat, and occasionally uses some dark magic, doesn't make her a witch. No need to be so judgmental. Leave the cord alone, cat laying on my lap. You know you want it. Leave the headphone cord alone. Don't do anything mean, Jashin-chan. This is the kitty that's being a pain. A desperate one. You can justify it however you want, just eat the food. There you go. Yes, who knows what he actually looks like. And yeah, she's already got it, of course. Although if Jashin-chan's gonna eat it, that kind of throws your previous excuse out the window. And it's basically gone. So I gotta be faster. Yeah, it's not like I want that food or anything, baka. That's sad. Guess I'll just eat some lamia meat instead. Take a shot for every time she says juicy. Oh god. I looked away, I looked back, and I saw something that I thought was a boob, but no, it was just a stomach. Yeah, but, you know, you have more important problems, like starving to death. And then she died. Ours is very vague. Does she know she took the food? Yeah. You can predict her actions pretty easily by just thinking what's the worst thing this person could do at any given time. Either that or Urina impregnated her. Aw, that's cute. Oh, that's the less cute. Ugh. Oh god. I was half joking when I suggested that before. Hurry up and heal yourself so you can clean up this mess of you. Doesn't make it okay. Yeah. You really are going back and forth on that witch, aren't you? Hello, 100% beef. Nice to see you're still alive. Oh, if it's from hell, it must be good. As long as it doesn't actually yell and scream. I know what a mandrake is. A million different fictional stories have used them. So it does scream. Oh, she actually likes it. Of course she does. Of course she does. I would get so old so quickly. Yeah, her friends are decent, but her herself is horrible. You are so horrible. I'm sure you deserve them. And push! She's a strong girl. Ah! I should have seen that coming, but I didn't. Okay, that's pretty messed up, but it wasn't on purpose, so it's nowhere near as bad as Jashin-chan's actions. Fight, 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 kiss, kiss, kiss. Title drop! Wow, full-on title drop. Yeah, I got the perfect shield. Boing defense was successful. Oh god, that poor fake Mandrake. Or real, I don't know. Poor dead Mandrake. Killed it with your butt, Jashin-chan. I mean, there are worse ways to die, of course, but probably dead. Jirina's not gonna take this well. She liked that thing. Yeah, you're gonna die again. I'm getting out of here. Really do love 100% Beef's voice. I wouldn't call it cute. Well, I'll get the blender. Oh god, this is what we're going for. I've seen this method of punishment slash torture before, but I don't think it was quite this bad. Oh god. The look on her face. She's ever the sadist. That's life for you. You really sound like you jumped straight off Kimono Friends, you know that? 100% Beef. In fact, maybe that is Serval's voice actress. Maybe I should check. That did sound a lot like I was watching Kimono Friends. Mascot of India. Who are you again? Is that blood? That is convenient, but weird. Orochimaru. She has a lot of weird stuff. Oh, that is a police officer. Okay, I thought it might have been. I didn't recognize her without her sexy uniform. And her, you know, judgment armband. Yeah, maybe we should just look in a mirror. Or over there. That works too. There's the one girl. You just come back from Kamiket? Clearly. But, still. Yeah, maid, we're definitely in the fun part of Japan. Yeah, nothing weird going on here. All normal. Sure. I've always kind of wanted one. But, you know, pricey. My god, a cute girl touched me. Not sure how to handle the situation. I guess I'll just go with the flow. Gallery. Okay. I don't know why I was attempting to read the Japanese. It was so down there. I just didn't notice in time. My god. Halloween's not even a thing in Japan, is it? You need a tissue. She's a bad cop. That's really all this comes down to. In like every conceivable way. Yeah, the problem is it's not in my room. Yes, I must take this away immediately for the safety of everyone. Wow, she just straight up came out with it. It's an inanimate object. Yeah. It explains why she likes Jashin-chan. Again, I almost called her Gabriel. Yeah, you can't really say no to the police officer. That is nowhere near your butt. You are the cops. I wish that landed on her chest instead. How has she not been fired yet? Yeah, you might want to get out of there. Oh god, that was bad timing. I wonder how Medusa's gonna deal with the cop. Priorities. Run, Slither! Every time I hear Orochimaru, I just think of the Naruto character. Even though I haven't watched Naruto in many years. Ooh, I take that home. Don't break it. If you don't want it, I'll take it. Oh. It's no Jashin-chan Dropkick, but Moe made headbutt is effective as well. Well, you've been captured. Yuri, now you better show up and fight for your waifu. Now who's touching butts? Not that it's easy to tell where Jashin's is. I like how she's even forcing the peace sign. Again, how is she not fired? Is this a dream or a flashback? I think I'm bleeding on dream. Some cute angels though. Angels in training. Living the dream there. And then, you know, transition to current day. Quite a bit different. Yeah, how the... That's definitely a fall from grace. Hey, at least she has a job, that's something. I have a name. Not very nice. Should always be nice to angels if you know, want to get into heaven and all that, if you believe that sort of thing. Which you might not, who knows. Not exactly. That sounds horrible. That's pretty bad. Still more than I make being a YouTuber, but still pretty bad. Well, yeah, again, beggars can't be choosers. Should go teach him a lesson. Well, take it up with management. Interesting characters here. Nobody asked. Not the best coworkers ever. I mean, he seems fairly normal, which means he's probably not. And now that you said that, and now I'm even more sure. Is he a chuny? Or just insane in general? uh, she is not a praying mantis. Just tell him you won't eat him. That's what he needs to hear. Yeah. Not the best job. Someone's wasted. A drunk, half-naked monster girl wandering the streets at night. What could go wrong there? And by half-naked, I mean fully naked. Oh, damn. Well... There goes that home. Oh god, that's disgusting. Yeah, I noticed that. And Piccolo's gonna come home to that. What a depressing life she lives. Not that Satanya had it bad. I mean, that's enough to buy food. Savings. Do you even have a bank account? Yeah, and then to come home to what she comes home to. Pecola, my house. The grammar there really triggered me a lot. Just kill her. You're justified in doing so. I'll give you a sandwich or something to make you feel better, if I could. She's lost it. I don't blame her. Jashin-chan, ruiner of lives and houses. Quick, make a wish. It's your only hope at this point. God, poor Piccola. I'm getting progressively more and more confident that this was inspired by Gabriel Dropout. No, it doesn't. Just ask Piccola. She knows that love doesn't exist in this world. And she is really cute. Stop talking to me. Is the bag over my head not a good enough hint that I don't want to talk to people? At least I got a little bit of 100% beef before she just, you know, got out of there. Hopefully Piccola gets somewhere better to live at some point. Maybe she get a job at a Chinese restaurant or something, then, like, live there. So that was the 5th episode of Jashin-chan Dropkick. Almost called it Gabriel Dropkick. I legitimately almost did. Okay, so another good episode. At the very beginning, we had a little interesting fourth wall breaking scene where we saw what was an image of Yurina on a poster or whatever. And my first thought was, oh, Yurina, maybe she has like some sort of side job thing that makes her a little bit famous. That's cool. And then no, it was revealed that that's the fourth wall breaking joke saying, hey, yeah, Jashin-chan Dropkick is, you know, this anime that you guys are totally in. And then Jashin-chan realized that, and she had a very important moment there when she made the realization. So That was pretty good. So after all that, we had a nice little date scene between Yurine and Jashin-chan. Basically eating food together at this restaurant, Jiro's Kitchen, or whatever it was called. And Jashin-chan kind of wanted some of Yurine's food. She's like, no way, I have a policy about not sharing food. And then a few seconds later, hey, Jashin-chan, here's some of my food to share with you. And then instead of calling her out on it because she wanted the food, she just, took it and enjoyed it. And then, she got more food, but that was mostly for Piccola, who she knows needs it. So after they finished their date, they went over to Piccola's house, place, or residence, and gave it to her. But as usual, Piccola has her reservations about taking food from a witch. So she had a bit of an internal struggle before she could go through the necessary mental gymnastics in order to justify eating it, basically. And then she went out to go do that, but Jashin-chan had already eaten it, because that's Jashin-chan for you. And yeah, poor Piccola. Luckily, Yurina came back later with some more food for her after she realized what happened, because Jashin-chan had her fat belly and she had fell behind, and basically Yurina put two and two together and realized what happened there and punished Jashin-chan accordingly by grabbing the blender, putting her hand in it, and turning it on. The usual way you punish your waifu when she does something bad. I know I mentioned Gabriel Dropout a lot because it's one of my favorite anime, and this anime is very similar to that in a lot of ways. But this anime actually reminds me a lot of little aspects of other anime. Like Jashin-chan, when Yurina went there to give the food to Piccola initially, the look on Jashin-chan's face is like, why do I have to be here? Why are we even doing this? That look on her face, that reminded me a lot of Aqua from Konosuba whenever they go to Wiz's store. Like Aqua's reaction to that, it reminded me a lot of that. And then this whole homeless thing with Piccola reminds me a lot of Anzu from Hinamatsuri. Like, a lot of little things in the show remind me of other things, but mostly Gabriel Dropout. The most similarities are definitely with Gabriel Dropout. There's no doubt about that. I keep having to fight the temptation to call Jashin-chan Gabriel because she's just so similar. She has the blonde hair. She has a somewhat similar personality. Not quite as... She's a bit more savage than, Gabriel, of course, but she reminds me a lot of her in very many aspects, and Yurina is a little bit like the Vignette to her, a little bit. Just, again, a lot more savage than Vignette, but just the similarities are definitely there. And because Gabriel Dropout is one of my favorite anime, that's usually at the back of my mind, so I very easily make the connections of the similarities. But anyway, before I move on to the next thing, I do want to point out that little bit we had of the Chibi Yurina and the Chibi Jashin-chan walking, holding hand in hand with, just... Basically, it looked like Yurina was about to slowly walk Jashin-chan over to Piccola to apologize, like a parent or a sibling making their child or little sister apologize for doing something bad, That's kind of what it looked like, that's kind of what I thought that was, but no, she just led her over to the blender for punishment, so that was pretty funny. Next scene we got was 100% Beef, which is cool, and I did look up her voice actress, and apparently she technically was in Kimono Friends. She just voiced a very, very unimportant character, but she was in Kimono Friends, so that's interesting. But yeah, 100% Beef came over to give this little mandrake as a present, and Yurina was actually a pretty big fan of it. She loved it. Jashin-chan not so much, but in general, Yurina was pretty happy with Jashin-chan's friends. She was thinking, hey, you have a lot of great friends. It's so weird considering you're kind of the scum of the earth. And then we find out that 100% Beef has been a little bit violent to Jashin-chan. Not intentionally, there was no malice there or anything. She's just a very strong, big girl that doesn't know her own strength. But, I mean, Jashin-chan is horrible, it's, like I said, scum, so I don't feel bad for her at all, getting injured the way she did, but, of course, that back thing did hurt me a little bit, a bit of sympathy pains there. But, yeah, Jashin-chan ended up kind of ruining that mandrake with her butt, and Yurina was not a big fan of that, and punishment had to take place, and it very much did. After that, we got to check in on our favorite police officer, who is a horrible police officer in every possible way. She abuses her power, she steals things, which is definitely not something a police officer should be, and she doesn't even try to hide it. She's like, yeah, I'm taking this home with me, it'd probably rather be with me anyway, so... Just very much a very bad police officer. Of course, when she saw Jashin-chan, her priorities kind of flipped. She's like, oh, who cares about this crappy old thing? My wife was over there. And she went after her. And she caught her eventually. And I just love what she was like forcing her hand to do a peace sign for the photo. It was just, I quite like that police officer. She's a pretty bad person as well, but I enjoy her as a lot as well. In the final scene, we had Piccola pretty much. We got to see a bit about what her life was like before she, fell from grace, fell to earth, became homeless, and I mean she technically got a job, so I can't call it jobless, but it's not a great job, and She became even more homeless when Jashin-chan kind of broke her house, vomited on it, then slept on the vomited, broken house. That's Jashin-chan for you. So yeah, it was just a very depressing segment, seeing how horrible her life is. So hopefully things turn up for her at some point, because it's just getting sadder and sadder to watch all this stuff. And that was the episode. Another good episode. I enjoyed it, and I can't wait for more Gabriel / Jashin-chan greatness. Thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.